Hey guys, Danny here. Today we're looking at another foldable Wi-Fi FPV drone. This drone is slightly different from some of the other foldable drones that I have reviewed. It has a feature called Optical Flow Positioning, which basically means it has a little camera on the bottom which helps it maintain its area that it's flying in. It also has altitude hold and a 2 megapixel adjustable camera. It does also come with a dedicated controller. I'm going to be unboxing this for you. I'll then be doing a flight test. Then I'll be giving you my final review. Let's get straight to it. As always, if you'd like to buy this product, I'll put a link down in the description for you, and I'll see if I can find some coupon codes.
Let's take a look and see what's included with this drone. You do get a dedicated controller, as you can see here. The drone is of course foldable, and it has a nice satisfying click to it when you open up the wings. It does feel light in the hand, but not to the point where it feels cheap. The body has quite a nice finish to it, and I do like the design. The camera is adjustable by about 45 degrees. It doesn't feel too flimsy, so I don't think it will shake around during flight. To fold the arms in once they're extended, you have to press this little button, which is not my favourite design, but it does work quite well. The specifications say the battery is a 800 mAh 3.7 volt LiPo battery. The controller does feel relatively sturdy, however the plastic finish does feel a little bit cheap in the hand. I do like the fact that the controller is labelled. This is always a nice bonus. The phone holder is built in here, as you can see, and it's quite a large phone holder, so I think it should fit most phones. It does take 3 AAA batteries. We also get 1 spare propeller, a charging cable, and also a little mini screwdriver, as well as some instructions. I was really interested to see how well the optical flow positioning would work on this drone. It performed quite well most of the time. One thing I did notice is there seemed to be a little bit of a delay of when it was active and when it wasn't. So from what I could work out, when you try to adjust the position of the drone, the optical flow positioning turns off. Then when you let off the controls, so to let the drone stay still, it takes a couple of seconds to re-engage. So this does cause a little bit of position shift in where the drone actually is. When it is active, it does do a little bit of a toilet bowl, which basically means it will kind of circle the area that it's in. I'm not sure of the fact that I was on grass here that had anything to do with how well it performed, but I would say about 70 to 80% of the time it worked quite well. There was a few occasions when it didn't seem to hold its position very well, but most of the time it worked. There is also probably an optimal height that you're supposed to keep the drone at for this to work. I didn't do this, I just flew it like most of you would, and it seemed to work quite well at varying heights, even at a high altitude. The FPV feed seemed pretty solid. It doesn't have the greatest quality, neither does the camera, but we'll get onto that in a second. The drone was quite easy to fly, however I don't think this would hold up very well in high wind. It does have 3 different speed settings, but overall the drone didn't feel like it had a lot of power. It was one of the quieter drones I have used on this channel, which may be something that some of you are looking for. The maximum range I took this drone to was probably between 20 and 30 meters away from me. I didn't attempt to go any further because there became quite a big delay input from the controller to the drone, so I definitely didn't want another flyaway, so I kept this pretty close to me. I don't think you would get more than 40 to 50 meters of range using this drone. The weakest feature in this drone, especially in my unit, had to be the camera. You can see here it suffers a lot from this heavy pixelation. This could be a problem with my unit, but I don't think that is the case. You can see when it does clear the quality isn't too bad, but for most of the time you'll see there's this heavy pixelation effect which does ruin the quality a little bit. The colours actually seem quite good, and the brightness level also seems not bad. But other than that, the camera doesn't really impress me too much. It's really not bad for the price point you're paying for this drone, but there's definitely better ones out there, so I would definitely take this into consideration. I got just under a 7-minute flight time, which is what was stated in the specifications. This isn't bad, but there are a few drones coming out now that will offer double or more in flight time, and also offer some similar features for a similar price. So if flight time is really important for you, I don't think this is going to be the drone for you. I did get a nice long LBC warning, and you'll see here that the drone disconnects and descends quite well, and I did retain control of where it landed.
This is definitely not a bad drone. It does have some weak and some strong points. A strong point would definitely be the optical flow positioning. This does help if you're a first time flyer. It didn't work perfectly for me, but it did definitely assist me in flying. The drone didn't have the greatest battery life compared to some of the newer drones that are now coming out with bigger batteries and extended flight times. However, I don't think it's a bad flight time. It just might cut your fun a little bit too short for some of your liking. The controller was pretty good with this drone. It does feel a little bit cheap in the hand, but I didn't really have any problems with it. The buttons work well, and the phone holder should work well for most of you. This should support some pretty large phones. I'm quite torn on this drone. It's let down quite a lot by its camera. It really isn't of a good quality. The drone itself, I like the design and it feels pretty good in the hand. The battery life isn't amazing, but it's okay. The optical flow positioning is probably going to be the main selling point for a lot of you, and it works pretty well. So if you're thinking of buying for that reason mainly, I can definitely give it a thumbs up. But considering some of the other points of this drone, it's definitely not one of the best drones I've tested, so I would definitely bear that in mind. I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And of course, I will see you in the next one.